Hey all, here OS and VGXreviews.com. Today you're watching our video review of the LG View. This is the wine red version or edition B of the LG View for AT&T wireless service in the US. We've already reviewed on our website the piano black glossy version, and this wine red version is pretty much the exact same phone except for one difference, and that's basically the color, which instead of being black, it's now red, which is a lot more attractive to a more hip and more modern, I guess, range of consumers that are looking for something that might be a little bit more different than your traditional black and white product. Otherwise, the LG View is a pretty sleek handset. It's a little bit larger than the LG Prada. It has the same 2.8-inch resistive touchscreen on the front here, and it is a resistive one, so it's not going to respond as easily to your flesh and finger. You have to press down a little harder just to get it to respond and then operate. Otherwise, it's a pretty nice featured phone. It has a bright and vibrant screen, and below the screen you have access to those three buttons that take you to the talk and clear and back keys. On the left hand side there isn't anything, but on the top you just have that antenna stub for playing back mobile TV on this handset, which is again the main selling point. You have Flow TV service, which is live streaming TV service, and as a result, if you're planning on using this to watch TV shows on the go, it's a great feature to have. On the right hand side we also have access to the volume, or also dubs the volume rocker, which also has a charging/headphone jack on the top, and also we have a two-stage camera shutter key and a screen lock and unlock button. The back houses the 2.0 megapixel autofocus camera, which also comes equipped with a self-portrait mirror for taking self-portraits, and again, it's a very fingerprint filled and very easy to scratch surface overall. The main display of this handset basically comes in this very LG Prada-esque screen. It just basically has one widget on it, which is the clock widget, which you can press to set alarms and then operate your screen that way. It's pretty easy to use and pretty fun way to navigate and set alarms as well. We're using the black home screen right now, which is probably the most elegant home screen, most professional one, but you can change that very easily in the settings. On the top of the device, you have access to the call information, which includes your reception, and here in Washington it seems to be pretty good. We have a Bluetooth indicator, which you can also press in order to access the Bluetooth home screen to turn Bluetooth on and off and pair to other devices. It works pretty well. We also have a button for missed calls and also a button for our battery life. Battery life seems to be a pretty low point on this phone, which can only last around a day before we have to recharge it, which is quite disappointing considering this is just a multimedia handset and not a smartphone. Otherwise, you don't have Wi-Fi built on here. You are limited to, again, a very basic web browser, but it does the job in terms of looking at quick weather feeds and quick sports information. Just don't expect too outstanding, integration of different wireless services. In terms of features, again, we're talking about the mobile TV service, which streams live TV over the air for a monthly price of $15 to $20, depending on the service you choose, and it's a pretty nice, interesting feature to have, which we don't see a lot in the United States, and it converts the handset into basically a little TV stand. It's a lot more popular in Asia, especially in China and Japan, but we don't see that again here in the United States. It's a nice, again, very unique feature to own. Otherwise, the wine red version again is pretty much the same as the black version, and in nearly every regard. And please see that review if you haven't already for more information. It has haptic feedback on this phone, so the good news is when you're calling someone, it's very easy to know you're dialing a button on the screen because the phone vibrates like it would if you were pressing a physical button, which is a very nice user interface that LG has designed on there. So taking a look at some other features, we have access to IM client on here for IM chatting with other friends, mobile email. We have an address book. In terms of net, we have a few built-in extra games, Bejeweled, we have a Midnight Pool, New York Nights, and stuff like that. They're all trial versions, unfortunately, which means that they're not as good as the full versions, but you can always buy them or download more games from AT&T's service. AT&T Mall is here. The camera, we showed you, it's a 2 megapixel autofocus camera. Fairly basic, but it has a lot of different editing functionalities that make it a little bit more higher end. For example, I have a little bit of instruction booklet here. We can just press the camera key to focus and then take the image and send it to friends and family via MMS, text message, via email, or via Bluetooth, or we can post it to MySpace or Facebook directly with the Facebook and MySpace applications, which are all very handy and easy to do. Going back to the camera, we can see a large host of functionalities that we can adjust the modes, the settings for the resolution, the macro to micro mode, the night mode. We can also select the grids and the resolutions and the brightness settings. Just a lot of different options that you don't typically see in such a low-end camera, which is certainly surprising and nice to have. Also, we have an application drawer that's going to take us to basic applications like movie checker. We also have a MyCast 5 weather checker application, and this is just a very short way to get interactive with the web content. Let's go back. We also have a down below here, we have a settings drawer that's going to take us to edit the display brightness, the sound brightness, the touch settings, which can get a little bit off. As you can see, it's not super sensitive because it's a resistive touchscreen. And so if you're really looking to have a great touchscreen experience, you might have to calibrate this thing a few times, when you're using it, which is not the best feature out there, but again, it works, and it works pretty well. And you have AT&T Music, which basically also dubs as an MP3 or music player on this product, and pressing on that, you will be able to listen to your favorite MP3 tunes. If you don't like to use the built-in memory or the micro SD card slot to listen to music, you can also listen to music using that XM Radio application that's built on here, which is a Java application. The satellite radio service works pretty well on this handset, but again, it's going to cost a monthly subscription fee and a lot of data service on here, which is the downside, definitely, of having a feature like this on a phone. Otherwise, this is a pretty nice phone. The LG View is a great multimedia handset, and it's a great multimedia phone if you're looking for something basic and stylish, and has, again, most important, that mobile TV support. Thanks for watching this video review here at OS and VTXreviews.com, the wine red version of the LG View.